Hello everyone! Today I'm going to be going over how I made Make My Move, my newest single that I co-released with Camber. And yeah, I'm going to go from the beginning to the end, show you guys everything that we did. And yeah, I'm super excited to show you, so let's go do it. So the first thing I just want to walk through is the background. How it came about, what the inspiration was going through my head, everything that I was thinking. And yeah, so I just want to start there. So the first thing is it was probably about 2 years ago when I first came up with the idea. And it was because I was playing a piano song, and it was by Martin Garrix. So it was a song called Used to Love. Super beautiful song. It's an EDM song, but on piano, just incredible. Which is like a famous saying. If the song's good, it'll sound amazing on piano as well. Not only just produced out and with all the instruments. Yeah, the first thing was, okay, like, where did I get the chords from? And it was from the song. So the song had like super beautiful, super unique chords that I'd never heard before. So I was like, okay, well, I like them. I'm gonna try to use it in one of my productions, and that was kind of the start. So this is what I learned from that song. It was this. And, if you do it one octave down, it sounds even better. Just really, just a lot going into it. Um, so after I had that, I said, okay, I like it, but I want to make it my own. So I still use the same chords, but I sped it up a bit and then changed the rhythm. So then it's turned into what you guys hear nowadays. It's this. Super cool start, right? So once I had that, I said, okay, cool, pretty good start. And then we got into the actual production, which we'll go on to now. So what we did here is we took the piano from the background that I was saying, and we just started out with that. So this is it. Good start, right? But it's a bit empty if you ask me. So what we did next is we took me playing piano and we reversed it, right? So it sounds like this. So then you combine the two. Fills it up a bit more. Then we wanted to put some rhythm in it, so then we added a snare drum, which sounds like this alone. And on top of that, the last thing that we added is this knocking noise. So in all my productions, I try to get stuff that is real, real instruments that I'm recording with my mic. And so one way I do it is I grab this little piece off my keyboard and I just tap on it. And this is where this sound comes from. I also did it in one of my other songs. So it's a pretty easy way. I mean, I'm a drummer, so I like to just drum out things. Don't have a drum in the studio, drum set, so it's hard to Sometimes I'm like, I hear a rhythm in my head and I want to just you know knock it out. So then I knock it out, record it, and sometimes it just stays in the final production. So this is exactly what happened here. So this sound that you're about to hear is me knocking, but it's also pitched down and reversed. So it sounds like this. So we had that, and it clearly doesn't sound very good right now. And then we added some effects to it, and this is what we came out with. So yeah, not the biggest sound, and you might not even notice it, but when I play it, you probably will be able to hear it now that I've soloed it out. So here we go, the full intro together. And the last part is going to be of the intro is the sweep into the first verse, which it sounds like this. Just a nice little hit. It goes really well with the sound, the song, and it kind of, I don't know, it gives you like an electro pop feel. Like, it's very electric-y of a crash, if that's even a thing. So yeah, it transitions nicely into the next part, which is the verse, which we'll be going into right now. The first verse, and this is kind of where it introduces the main elements of the song. I would say just like that electro feel. The intro is very acoustic, but this kind of first introduction of the electro and kind of what is to come in the rest of the song, which is this synth. This synth is now playing the piano part, and it's a different rhythm now. And here we go. So a nice little synth, and then we added a kick and a snare as well, and then it sounds like this. So it sounds good so far, but that's actually it, instrumentally wise, in the verse. So I said, okay, well, clearly this is going to need some vocals in the production. So we added, this is when I first approached Camber. I said, hey, I got this song. It sounds cool, but it needs a really good vocalist, and that's where she comes in. So I'll still let her vocal just for a second, just to show you guys how good of a vocalist she is. This has literally the smallest amount of auto tune you could possibly have, and it's just incredible. Like it was recorded in this room. Actually, it's not like professionally recorded or anything. So yeah, here you go. This is what it sounds like.
Caught up in my own head, lost in what's gone unsaid. Just wanna spill my heart, but what if I slip? Stop before my thoughts say words keep making messes. I'm back to pressing on my lips again.
I mean, very, very good. She has a super unique voice. It's lower for a female, and it just super cool in this song. And if you haven't already looked at her, social medias, I'll put them below, and just go look at them. It's incredible. She's absolutely the most talented human I've ever met. So just yet again, thank you for working with me. But yeah, so you're gonna go check her out, and you'll see a lot more of her in this video. So here we go, the full verse now.
Caught up in my own head, lost in what's gone unsaid. Just wanna spill my heart, but what if I slip? Stop before my thoughts say words keep making messes. I'm back to pressing on my lips again.
So, and then the last part of the verse is a sweep, another one. And it sounds like this. And that pretty much rounds it out. There is a little fill as well on top of that with a snare. It sounds like this. And then it goes into the pre-chorus, which we'll cover right now. The next part is the pre-chorus, and this is where it starts to get a little bit more upbeat and starts to come into the character. And this is exactly what I covered in the background. So yeah, I'm just gonna play it through because we've already pretty much went through it, but except for the vocals. So there are 3 layers of vocals. So there's one main.
I can't say what's on my mind.
And then there's one background vocal.
I can't say what's on my mind.
And then there's a couple of little ad-libs, harmonies type of things.
Finally feel so alive, but I can't help from getting tongue-tied when you meet my eye.
You can solo it out just to make sure, just to show you guys how it sounds.
Tongue-tied when you meet my eyes.
That's the harmony with the background vocal.
Tongue-tied when you meet my eyes.
Now I'm gonna add the main.
Tongue-tied when you meet my eyes.
So yeah, just super cool. 3 layers there. And then yeah, just play through it because I've kind of already went over it. It's a piano. You get the bass guitar finally comes in. So yeah, here we go.
I can't say what's on my mind. I finally feel so alive, but I can't help from getting tongue-tied when you meet my eyes. It's 9:15, and we're still wasting the night. Done playing signs and praying time will make it right.
And then we're gonna go into the chorus right now. All right, so the chorus is the best part of the song. A lot of people would say, it's the most catchy part. So yeah, so this is where it really starts to get electro poppy. So I'm gonna open up all of these plucks. So we start out with a lot of synths here. So this is another breaking point in the song. I feel is we have the synth going, dun dun. So dun 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 Dun, dun, dun. Right, so it sounded cool, but at first we didn't have the little ear. But once we got that, it really changed how the song. It really just added an extra layer to the song. So the first synth sounds like this, really 80s sounding, type of. I love the 80s. Use a lot of instruments from there, so from that era. So here's another one. Or like EDM here, this synth. And then the last one, it has a little high end to it. And then we get some plucks as well. That one's sounding very 80s as well. And then we got another one. Very heavy on the attack on this one. And then one more. Probably can't even hear this one in the song. And then last one. Yeah, you put all the plucks together. It sounds like this. And then you add in the synths. Pretty wide. So then the next part we added was the guitar right back in, same exact line, same exact rhythm. So here we go. And then we added a kick. And then a snare. Added a knocking from the beginning. And a tambourine. A second tambourine. And then when it first hits, we added the crash cymbal, as I said earlier. And this is kind of the main instruments here for the chorus. And then you add in the one and only camber down here. So we got a main line right here.
Come take my hand.
And then you got a background.
Come take my hand.
You got a lower octave background.
Come take my hand.
You got some harmonies.
Make my move.
A bunch of harmonies actually. Here's another one.
Caught up in all these rules.
And here's a couple more.
Doing what we.
And then here's a high one. So yeah, it all combines to sound like this. Only vocals for now. Here we go.
Come take my hands and make my move. Don't wait on me, 'cause I'm scared too. Caught up in all these rules, lost in a crowded room. Let's stop our thoughts and just start doing what we wanna do.
And you put that with the production and it sounds like this.
Come take my hands and make my move. Don't wait on me, 'cause I'm scared too. Caught up in all these rules, lost in a crowded room. Let's stop our thoughts and just start doing what we wanna do.
And now we're on to the second verse, and here we go. So for the second verse, we've kind of entered the realm of electropop now that we've added in all the electronic synths. So we keep it, the first time we go through the verse, very acoustic still. It does have like that one electro synth, but it's still, relatively acoustic. But now we're getting really into the electric feel, and we continue with the synths. So we have these three. And we still have the bend, the pitch bend is what it's called. And then we continue the kick. And that's actually it. That's all we have. Clearly we have the vocals, so they're down here, and we have one main.
We say it's dark, us loving, maybe we keep running.
And then we have one low.
We say it's dark, us loving, maybe we keep running.
And that's all you got. So here we go. Second verse.
We say it's dark, us loving, maybe we keep running. It seems we only got ourselves to blame. The games and all the bluffing won't get us what we're wanting. Baby, tell me why we're so afraid.
And on to the second pre-chorus we go. So in the second pre-chorus, we have, it's pretty similar to the first one. I mean, we have the electric synths clearly now. That's the biggest difference, I would say. And so here they are again. Same rhythm. And then we add a guitar pluck. And this is kind of another big difference is first, so another live instrument coming into play. I recorded this on my electric guitar over there. And so yeah, it's just me plucking. and then we add the bass, and then the kick, and then the snare, and then the melody comes back in. So yeah, a lot of foreshadowing in the production because we have this melody. It's in the first pre-chorus, second pre-chorus, kind of just background. But you'll see later in the song it becomes not background, but the main melody. And then also another way we did it was we had this synth in the first verse, still like very piano-esque, right? But it sounds a little electro. But then, it's foreshadowing for the second verse, which is completely electro. So yeah, just a lot of foreshadowing of what's going to happen in the song. So yeah, let's go on to the second chorus right now. So the second pre-chorus is pretty similar to the first one, but at least the first part is pretty similar. Has the same synths as the first one. It has same bass, same kick, snare, knocking, tambourines, sweeps. Yeah, everything actually looks exactly the same as the first one. So I'll just play through it and then we'll get to the second part of it, which is the newest part.
Come take my hands and make my move. Don't wait on me, 'cause I'm scared too. Caught up in all these rules, lost in a crowded room. Let's stop our thoughts and just start doing what we wanna do.
And here is the big change. So we had an instrumental break, which was it's probably my decision because I just really love instruments and putting a bunch of them in. And as the producer, who doesn't want more production in it? So this is where the melody actually comes in, and it sounds like this. Super groovy. And then we welcome back the guitar, but a lot of reverb on it now. And we also add in a cello. Also, another thing I kind of try to keep consistent with my productions, always put some type of string in there. Love string instruments, cello being my favorite. Hopefully one day I'll learn how to play, and whatever string instrument I decide. But yeah, so these three elements combined sound like this. And that's kind of just the whole thing. So it's just like the the regular chorus, but we just added a couple more things, and it sounds like this.
Doing what we wanna do.
And now we get into the bridge, and then the final chorus is coming up. Here we go. So in the bridge, what we did was a little piano riff with the piano background that I have. I decided I wanted a little bit more piano, so here is what we got. It's a little melody, right, on the piano. And then you add that with the already pre-existing chords that we had. Super back and forth, Very swing, swing time as well. There's a lot of things hitting on the offbeat, which I really love in production. So we started out with that, and then we also started out with a kick right here. And it starts out like that, it opens up, no vocals. And then when the vocals come in, we add in a bass and a snare right here. Yeah, bass and snare is the only thing that adds. And that's pretty much it for the rest of the bridge production-wise. We do have a little fill right here. And it goes into the final chorus. But for the vocals, this is where the vocals really start to get fun. So there's a lot going on here. There's the main line enters, right? So we'll show you. Actually, yeah, so the main line enters at the very beginning, so it sounds like this. we have a high one of that.
Lost in my mind.
Then we have a low one.
Lost in my mind.
Beautifully.
Caught in your eye.
And after it goes around that time, it ducks down now. And it turns into the background, and now the main vocal, so we're laying a couple different lines here, is back to the pre-chorus and what we were singing in the pre-chorus. So
I can't say what's on my mind. I finally feel so alive, but I can't help forget.
And then it's actually all of these, I guess. And actually,
I can't say what's on my
there you
mind.
go.
I finally feel so.
So then you layer it on top of the original vocals, and it sounds like this.
I can't say what's on my mind. I finally feel so alive, but I can't help forgetting tongue-tied when you meet my eyes.
So I believe that one's from the first pre-chorus, first part of the first pre-chorus, and then this one over here, kind of just playing with the production, it was the second part of the second pre-chorus. So kind of taking from both pre-choruses and combining them for our bridge, which is a cool idea, I thought. And then it goes on to this.
Tired of praying for signs, been laying here blind, staying quiet and hoping something's
And then finally we have these two harmonies.
gonna change tonight.
I think this one's like a shouter one.
Something's gonna change tonight.
Yeah, there's a shout one. So then the bridge is completed. So here it is.
Lost in my mind, caught in your eye. I can't say what's on my mind. I finally feel so alive, but I can't help forgetting tongue-tied when you meet my eyes. Tired of praying for signs, been laying here blind, staying quiet and hoping something's gonna change tonight. Come.
And finally, the final chorus. Here it is. So the final chorus is very similar to the other choruses. There's a few differences, and we'll get into them right now. It starts out just the same as the other one, so here we go.
Come take my hands and make my move. Don't wait on me, 'cause I'm scared too. Caught up in all these rules, lost in a crowded room. Let's stop our thoughts and just start doing what we wanna do.
So then it goes into the instrumental part that we had in the last one, but the difference here is that we added some vocals. So here we go. These are the vocals.
I'm caught up in my mind, lost inside.
And then we stack those 3 times.
I'm caught up in my mind, lost inside your eyes.
Camber, very good at harmonizing, as you guys can tell. So super cool right there. And then she does it again right here. So we start out with this one.
Oh, I'm caught up, I'm caught up.
And then we added this one.
Oh, I'm caught up, I'm caught
And we
up.
add another one.
Oh, 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 I'm caught
And
up,
another one.
I'm caught up. Oh no, I'm caught up, I'm caught up.
And then that plus the production sounds like this.
Caught up in my mind, lost inside your eyes. Oh, I'm caught up, I'm caught up. Oh no, I'm caught up, I'm caught up.
And then lastly, it goes into the outro. And here we go. All right, and to finish out the song, we go into the outro, and it brings back the guitar, and it, I guess the guitar's in the instrumental, so it just continues with the guitar, and then we also continue with the snare, and a couple of the synths going, with the pattern. And then we added the snare, and the guitar, and the cello. And then it kind of just cuts out their, which is a pitch bend and like a couple delay things going on. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'll play it one more time. And that's it. That is the full song. So there it is. And that'll be it. So that's the whole song, Make My Move. It's out now on all platforms. I co-released it yet again with Camber. also my girlfriend, but just an amazing singer, songwriter, just incredible talent. So I'm gonna put her social medias below. I'll also put mine, but yeah, just make sure to go follow her. She has a new song coming out very soon, so I'm super excited for that. You'll see it on my social medias as well. You know, be sharing the heck out of it. It's amazing, and yeah, so just follow us for our our new songs and our new content. I'm sure there'll be a lot more in the future. So yeah, and we both appreciate just all the support we've gotten from you guys about the song. All the nice compliments about the song, just all the support in general. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of the day, and see you later.